Welcome to Deep Into Finance family. We appreciate you being here with us. Give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Share with your friends and family, and stay up to date to our future videos. China's economy has been growing rapidly in recent years, with its GDP becoming the second largest in the world after the United States. The country's economic growth has been driven by various factors, such as its large population, its position as a major manufacturing hub, and its growing middle class. However, as China's economy continues to develop and evolve, it is poised to have an even greater impact on the world economy in the next few years. This paper will explore how China's economy is likely to change the world economy in the coming years, with a particular focus on trade and investment, digital currency, technology competition, international cooperation, and demographic changes. Trade and investment. One of the main ways in which China's economy is likely to impact the world economy in the next few years is through its trade and investment policies. China is a major trading partner with many countries around the world, and its investments in foreign countries have been growing rapidly in recent years. According to data from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, China's outbound foreign direct investment reached a record high of $196 billion in 2016, up from $170 billion in 2015. One of the ways in which China's investments in foreign countries could impact the world economy is through the Belt and Road Initiative. This initiative, which was launched in 2013, aims to connect China with Asia, Europe, and Africa through a network of infrastructure projects such as roads, railways, and ports. The initiative has the potential to increase trade and investment flows between China and other countries, and could create new opportunities for economic growth. However, China's trade and investment policies have also been the subject of controversy in some countries. Some have raised concerns about China's state-owned enterprises SOEs, acquiring foreign companies in strategic industries, and about China's practices of intellectual property theft and forced technology transfer. These concerns could potentially lead to tensions between China and other countries, and could have an impact on global trade and investment flows. Digital currency. Another way in which China's economy is likely to impact the world economy in the next few years is through its development of a digital currency. China has been working on the development of a digital currency for several years, and in 2020 it began testing a digital currency electronic payment DCP system in several cities. If successful, the DCP could have significant implications for global financial systems and cross-border transactions. It could challenge the dominance of the US dollar as the global reserve currency, and could potentially increase the use of the Chinese yuan in international transactions. The development of the DCP could also have implications for global financial regulation, and could potentially lead to new forms of financial innovation and entrepreneurship. Technology competition. China's economy is also likely to impact the world economy through its competition in emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence AI, 5G, and quantum computing. China has been investing heavily in these technologies in recent years, and has set ambitious targets for becoming a global leader in AI by 2030. China's investments in these technologies could potentially challenge the dominance of traditional tech powerhouses such as the United States and Europe, and could create new opportunities for economic growth. However, there are also concerns about China's use of technology for surveillance and censorship purposes, which could potentially lead to tensions between China and other countries. International cooperation. China's increasing engagement with international organizations and its participation in global initiatives could also have implications for the world economy. China has been increasing its participation in organizations such as the World Trade Organization and the United Nations, and has been taking a more active role in global governance. China's participation in the Paris Agreement on climate change could also have significant implications for global cooperation on environmental issues. As China's role in global governance continues to evolve, it could potentially lead to greater cooperation and collaboration between China and other countries. This could have positive impacts on the world economy, particularly in areas such as global trade and investment, environmental sustainability, and geopolitical stability. Demographic changes. Finally, China's demographic changes are likely to impact the world economy in the next few years. China has the largest population in the world, and its aging population is expected to have significant implications for the country's economy and society. The number of people aged 65 and older in China is projected to reach 487 million by 2050, up from 167 million in 2019. The aging population could lead to increased demand for health care, pensions, and social services, which could have implications for China's fiscal and economic policies. It could also lead to changes in consumption patterns, with older consumers potentially spending more on health care and leisure activities. At the same time, China's shrinking labor force could potentially impact global supply chains and manufacturing. The country's one-child policy, which was in place from 1979 to 2015, has led to a declining birth rate and an aging population. This could potentially lead to labor shortages in certain industries, and could impact China's ability to maintain its position as a global manufacturing hub. China's economy is likely to have significant impacts on the world economy in the next few years. The country's trade and investment policies, development of a digital currency, competition in emerging technologies, participation in international organizations, and demographic changes are all factors that could potentially shape the global economic landscape. While there are opportunities for increased cooperation and collaboration between China and other countries, there are also potential challenges and tensions that could arise. As China's economy continues to evolve and grow, it will be important for policymakers and businesses around the world to closely monitor these developments and consider their potential impacts on the global economy. Furthermore, the pandemic has also had a significant impact on China's economy and its relationship with the world. The country was the first to be hit by the pandemic and also one of the first to recover. The Chinese government implemented strict lockdown measures, which helped contain the spread of the virus and allowed the economy to bounce back relatively quickly. However, the pandemic has also highlighted the vulnerabilities of China's economy, particularly in terms of its heavy reliance on global trade. The pandemic has also led to increased tensions between China and other countries, particularly the United States. The Trump administration's trade war with China, which began in 2018, has escalated under the pandemic, with accusations of China's mishandling of the virus and allegations of human rights abuses in Xinjiang province. This has led to increased tariffs and trade restrictions, which could have significant implications for global trade and investment flows. China's digital currency and emerging technologies are also likely to impact the world economy in the next few years. The Chinese government has been exploring the development of a digital currency, which could potentially challenge the dominance of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. China is also investing heavily in emerging technologies such as 5G, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing, which could have significant implications for industries such as healthcare, finance, and transportation. However, China's growing influence in these areas has also raised concerns about data privacy and security, particularly as Chinese companies such as Huawei and TikTok have faced accusations of sharing user data with the Chinese government. This has led to increased scrutiny and regulation of Chinese companies operating in other countries, which could potentially impact their ability to compete in global markets. Another important factor to consider is China's participation in international organizations and its role in shaping global governance. China has been seeking to increase its influence in organizations such as the World Trade Organization, the International Monetary Fund, and the United Nations, which could potentially lead to changes in global trade and investment policies. However, China's approach to governance, which has been criticized for its lack of transparency and human rights abuses, has raised concerns among other countries about its intentions and motivations. Despite these challenges and tensions, there are also opportunities for increased cooperation and collaboration between China and other countries. China's Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to build infrastructure and promote trade and investment along the Old Silk Road, could potentially benefit countries in Asia, Europe, and Africa. China's commitment to reducing carbon emissions and promoting renewable energy could also have positive impacts on the environment and global sustainability. Overall, China's economy is likely to have significant impacts on the world economy in the next few years. While there are opportunities for increased cooperation and collaboration between China and other countries, there are also potential challenges and tensions that could arise as China's economy continues to evolve and grow. It will be important for policymakers and businesses around the world to closely monitor these developments and consider their potential impacts on the global economy.